we've invited a lot of females into the rap game, and that was a no-no. Females need to be in R&B. You know, we need the original Brandy talking about some she want to be down. That's what the fuck we need. Yeah, all this other shit. Keep the motherfuckers out.
What you heard? Yeah. What you heard? What you heard? You can hear a motherfucker.
It's like like you said, they want to fit in.
Right.
We're already rich.
Right.
And a lot of our people, right, they'll get rich and they want to wear all these other people clothing lines, right? So when you get smart enough to come out with your own clothing line and you come out, they looking at you like you broke.
Right.
Oh, he not wearing Louis no more. He must be going broke. No, nigga, I just realized that I can do this, and none of that shit popping without us. None of that shit popping until you wear it.
Right. When see, like when you went to, I'm a historian. Like I got keep saying that because there's a lot of layers that people don't understand. Mm-hmm. And the first layer is Louis Vuitton been out since the late 1800s. Mm-hmm. Bugatti's been out since the 1920s. Yeah. So you niggas is just now catching up, nigga.
For real, had been around.
And that alone is embarrassing, nigga. What are you talking about? Gucci and all of them? I think Gucci is 1940s. I don't know about Gucci, but I do know for fact Louis Vuitton was out there in the late 1800s, you know, and they've been rocking like that in Italy and producing those type of vehicles and clothing from Italy for a very long time. Yeah. So you just now catching up and you trying to come to the game, you know, you eat the cheese and you moving around like roaches on a plate in the middle of the floor and shit. And there's no need for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna rock. You know, this is real Versace I got on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna play no games, but I'm gonna play with inside my means. You know what I'm saying? And if you're doing all of that, you're doing it for the ladies, hopefully. You know, but when you understand how women think, you don't have to do that.
Absolutely.
Right. Women follow color code. Women follow, you know, simplicity. They understand a lot about your whole operation by the way you dress, you know. Yeah. If you got on too much, nigga, you doing too much.
Yeah, just like a mannequin.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But like as far as like when we talking about the artists who really be some and the other ones who have the talent but they don't have the brain, I'll say. I don't want to say that they're dumb, because I think that most artists are intelligent in their own way. But when it comes to marketing themselves, right? What would you tell like a youngster as far as that's coming up in the game? Like, what would your wisdom or your game be to them as far as like staying true to their brand? Like you said, like in Cali, when I see a Cali cat come out and they got a Dickie suit on with the blue chuck or whatever chucks they got on, it'd be like, damn, he stayed. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, oh, he broke. I'd be like, he representing where the fuck he from. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So let me ask you, watch how I'm going to do this. What was the name of Snoop's last album?
His last one?
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Okay. What was the name of Jay-Z's last album?
Oh, that 444 or some shit.
Oh, 44. Okay, you got that was a little bit too light. Okay.
Yeah.
What was the name of Outkast's last album?
I have no idea.
Okay, you see what happened? But you knew the name.
At one point, yeah.
You know the name.
Yeah.
That's where this game is at. It's about the weight in your name.
Straight up.
It's about the work you have that's attached to your name.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, Jay-Z was out, and I really wasn't rocking with Jay-Z at first. And as a matter of fact, I fell off from a lot of East Coast rappers because of the way Pac was getting at niggas.
Yeah,
and the way Pac was getting at niggas on the Machiavelli tapes that hit the street. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily just the Machiavelli. Yeah, niggas don't know nothing about that. I got Machiavelli 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 still at the crib.
Yeah.
You understand? So when you listen to those tapes, he's snapping on everybody from LL Cool J to Fugees and all that. I fuck with LL Cool J's Mr. Smith album, you know what I'm saying? But the thing here is that I wasn't fucking with Jay until he dropped the Blueprint. And then once I dropped and the reason why is because he threw a shot at No Limit in them niggas. It was like, yo, you know, these niggas out here is putting out an album with 20 niggas on it every fucking month and shit. And so he only had the Renegade with Eminem, and the Renegade was phenomenal. So I said, okay, let me go cop the album. Then the nigga pulled my coattail, said, B, you gotta hear The Reasonable Doubt. And then when I heard The Reasonable Doubt, this is the classic gangster line I live in. That was my lane of understanding of how to approach things. You dig what I'm saying? So I fucked with it. But to answer your question is the weight in the name. Jay-Z got what, 10, 15 albums?
Yeah.
in the name. Because Snoop Dogg has what? 10, 15 albums in the name. And then he done beat the murder case in the name.
Yeah.
It's all in the name, B. That's why he can't use Snoop Doggy Dogg anymore, because Snoop Doggy Dogg was owned by Death Row, blah, 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 and he had to go and break it down to just Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? This is the point. The people who run Interscope, the people who have developed the Spotify, the people who developed the iTunes are college graduates. Respect intellect and respect information. If you think you're just gonna be coming out here just popping on the microphone and doing a jiggy with it and you supposed to get some fucking views and viral and shit, nigga, it's not gonna happen, nigga. Okay? Because you're dealing up against the system that, you know, a lot of these cats were actually groomed since 5-10 years old.
Yeah.
You know, you can see T.I. in the Soul Food video. T.I. is in Goody Mob's Soul Food video, ordering food in the window. You know, you can look at Southern Playlistic fucking Cadillac Music, Outkast first album, and they got Yin Yang Twins as little kids. Yeah. You see Lil Uzi Vert got a picture with Ludacris when he's a little kid. Yeah. These niggas been groomed since 5-7 years old, B. That's what you're going up against, B. Okay? Yeah. Jermaine Dupri's parents is like Sony execs and shit. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. These niggas been groomed since children on how to operate with inside the industry. They have a lot of connects. They have family bloodline. They connected with gangsters from the 80s and all of that other type of shit. All them niggas is, you know, and they got carted right into the system. So it's not a thing where, you know, you're going to be able to just upload a song and jump around with some colored dreads and you finna make some money, nigga. It don't work like that, nigga. You know, you have to be respectful towards the element of real work. Yeah. And the element of real work is going to take years. If you understand just the rules of business in America alone, entrepreneurism is not going to crack without a minimum of 10 years, nigga, of ashy knuckles on it. You know, yeah. It's
crazy you brought that up, man, when you talk about, like, a lot of these people been around the game so long, because it be like that, like, even with actors. You know, you'll see them motherfuckers, like, what was her name? Megan Good. She was on Friday. And like shit like that, you be like, you see them as little kids in the movie. And then they grow up and then they become who they is and shit.
Yeah.
Right, that's some real shit. Sports too,
Yeah, sports too. Same with one of them niggas on the Migos, I think Offset was Janet Jackson's dancer and shit.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You niggas have been around the game for 30, 20 years, you know. And then when you get 25, 27, you automatically know what to do, how to do it, because you've been groomed. You've lived in a multitude of different areas across the country because of the assistance of your family. Mm-hmm. And it was all done like that intentionally.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's the system. And you're not going to get up in those ranks unless you're a part of that system.
And put in the work.
Right. So, you know.
For sure. So when you do music, right, is music like your therapy? That's your release?
A lot of people say my music is therapeutic for them. Yeah. And my music is designed off of music. Music has been around for 5,000 something years. Mm-hmm. So all that auto-tune shit, I don't do that shit. You know, auto-tune is some new 10, 20 years ass backward Cher Studio 54. We want to dance with the robot. I don't dance with no motherfucking robot. You dig what I'm saying? I don't want no robot on my tracks. You know, so you know, my music is designed off of the original mathematical pattern of what humans are designed off of and how music has operated for about 5,000 to 10,000 years, bro.
What about as far as, like, you know, tracks nowadays? Man, if you get a 3-minute track, you lucky. You know, like nowadays, a lot of artists are making tracks and they only like fucking 2 minutes, a minute 54 seconds. You still got the format with like 3 verses too.
Yeah, I got a song on the recent album called The Savage Hulk. It's got four verses on it.
We keep money in the vault. Incredible Hulk. Nigga, what the fuck you know? We hit licks to get caught. You niggas want some fucking views. We'll go live when we talk. This the Aussie and my nigga wars the...
I got a song on the recent album called I'm Your Nigga, which is actually a remake of Tupac's I'd Rather Be Your Nigga. And that's, I got the female on there doing the hook, and that has 3 bars. three
verses.
Yeah, 3 verses on it.
Can you be my N-I-G-G-A? We can get drunk and smoke weed all day. I'm tired of being lonely, baby. I need a thug in my life. These busters ain't loving me right.
You fucking with niggas that do nothing but cap. So fuck them social apps. Up close and personal, you can make them cheeks clap.
And yeah, I always do music in its original format. What you're mentioning right there, though, is what the nemesis is. And when you're creating art or content or whatever, your nemesis is ADD. That's your enemy. Your enemy is ADHD. And what is creating that? Too much sugar in the system. We got a lot of Coca-Cola. You got a lot of fast food, ass backward bullshit. People are consuming, da-da-da-da. And they don't really have a brain for appreciation, no way. Yeah. So they're not going to appreciate the music because you're not touching the soul, if they got one. You know, everybody ain't got a soul, you know.
Yeah, and they're not trying to make timeless music no more. But the reason I was getting at that, because I was saying, like, most people attention span, you know, they don't have the attention span that they used to have. Yeah. Like, now the music scene is more about singles, you know. Yeah. Like, it ain't like people trying to make a whole body of work, motherfucker. Like, I could drop 13 songs, as long as 4 of them is poppy, like 4 of them popping. Back in the day, people was like they don't even be having skits in their albums no more.
Well, all of that is based on we've invited a lot of females into the rap game, and that was a no. Females need to be in R&B. You know, we need the original Brandy talking about some she want to be down. That's what the fuck we need. Yeah, all this other shit. Keep the motherfuckers out, you know, and no disrespect. I love my ladies, of course, but you're not in hip hop. You know, I don't want to hear your emasculating rap talking about your coochie every 5 seconds. That is not what a nigga want to hear. You dig what I'm saying? Right. If you're going to approach the game like Lil' Kim did on Junior Mafia with tracks like Backstabbers. Really you dig what I'm saying? Real shit. You know, otherwise, besides that, do the R&B, sing la la la, do that for the ladies. You understand? Yeah. You know, bake some biscuits. That's where your ass need to be. You dig what I'm saying? Niggas do what niggas do, you know, and niggas, because see what happened was his music is sort of like an indirect stepdaddy or indirect, you know, the father that never was, basically. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? So
they be raising people.
Right, and there was a lot of rules and regulations that was dropped in the music that we grew up on. When it came to niggas like Nas and the Scarface and the Jay-Z and the Pac and the Snoop, they gave us rules, and if you didn't apply those rules, you got fucked off. Yeah. If you thought it was some imaginary illusion system, then you got fucked off. World isn't Walt Disney and cartoons, my nigga, and that's not the way I look at it. And yeah.
Nobody bigger than the system. I always tell people that. Nobody bigger than the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I remember one time when I was pimping real hard, man, Shorty came to the crib and was like, "Daddy, you won't believe it." I'm like, what happened? She was like, "I'll be on the stage dancing, and I look at the niggas in the audience, and Nicki Minaj bars is coming out the nigga mouth. This nigga is spitting the Nicki Minaj bar." I was done.
Yeah, that's wild.
So you niggas is spitting Nicki Minaj bars and you look like you talking words of a female, but you got females on the stage, but nigga, that's why your trick ass is over there just spending the money. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, man, I represent a line that was solid and it's stable because I'm still here. Yeah. There's a lot of individuals who we listened to when we were younger that gave that shit up. Why? I don't know. I guess the Jews behind them said, nigga, we the puppet masters. Nigga, we tell you niggas what to do.
Oh, facts.
That's what happened. You dig?
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, a lot of dudes are way more feminine now. They accepting a lot of shit that like me growing up, like my grandpa, my pops, them, it's shit that they'll never accept that they accepting now. Mm-hmm. It's like because they so scared of them taking away, and it'd be crazy because you could be worth $50 million, right? Mm-hmm. And then you still scared of somebody pulling a chair from up under you. Mm-hmm. Like you supposed to be able to stand up. Like,
yeah, exactly. But you know, bank accounts can get frozen and things of that nature. You know, accidents happen. You know, we know about that. You know. Motherfuckers get found, you know, in the hotel room, you know, and all that type of shit. So it happens, you know.
And I believe they have a lot of dirt on people. I feel like a lot of people that get to a certain level, I feel like I don't want to say Jews, but certain people let them get there when they got some dirt. Like they see them do some homo shit. Then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let you get there because I always got this over you. So if you ever get too big, hey, remember you did this, man?
Yeah, I mean,
or on some black shit. Once you get too black power, hey, calm down before I show them this.
Right. I mean, they can explode your career. I mean, there's no mark on the Jews in me. I got Hebrew letters tattooed on me, my nigga. So you know, I understand the dynamics for sure. But regardless of that, I'm a grown man, and you're not gonna tell me how to dress. You're not gonna tell me how to act. You ain't gonna tell me what to say. You know, you're not gonna try to enforce an apology out of me to no young niggas, because you niggas look like fucking clowns. You know, because we have to look at influence, and we can definitely see that everything that we're talking about right now has influenced the people negatively.
Facts.
When we were kids and there was still crack and all the other drugs around, we didn't see these homicide, suicide cases every day on the news. It wasn't people getting up on the Facebook and killing their kids and blowing their brains out. And nigga, stop acting like you don't see the shit, because it's here, nigga, and you do see it, and you are involved, nigga. You know, because this is the planet that you walk on. You know, and me, I'm just in that security line. That's how I operate. I don't really give a fuck about what anybody's saying, because I read. So I'm stable on what I know. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, and that's another thing. A lot of people don't know shit. They operate off a high school diploma. So, you know, they don't.
Or hearsay.
Right, or hearsay. And, you know, you 30, 40 years old and you still got 18-year-old thinking, because you didn't develop your mind after high school, you know, because I only got a high school diploma. But like I stated, my books are read at Harvard. So shit, what that is, you know, I'm about to give a consultation to a doctor tomorrow. So, you know. Straight up. Yeah.
For sure, man. First off, thanks for coming by. Before we wrap this up, man, I got this segment. It's called Game for Lames, right? And let the people know some game you acquired in life that you feel to help you dodge a lot of the bullshit, you know. My uncle used to always tell me everything that glitter ain't gold. And when he used to tell me when I was young, it really didn't hit me until I got a little older. It was like, nigga, everything ain't for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, what's some game you got for the
people? Let me think. Now you done opened up my philosopher Rolodex. I got Socrates, Plato, and all types of shit spinning in my dome. Move in silence, because violence is too loud.
Straight up.
You know,
for sure.
Yeah, you got a lot of niggas out here, the ops, nigga. Killing is not masculinity, you know, and you'll see that when you spend 20 in the pen. Yeah, for real. Niggas out here killing, right? They 17, 18 years old, nigga, you ain't even smelt no pussy yet, nigga. And you about to turn into one being in that Bing for 2025, nigga. You know, there is no masculinity being around a bunch of niggas. So, you know, men come out of a woman. So that's where you're going to get more masculinity from. It's from that woman. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll leave it right there before I go into a rant.
For sure, man. Well, thanks for coming, OG. You know what I mean? It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
And this probably Talk By Tizzle. We up out of here. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate it. I'm gonna tap in, let you know before we drop it and everything like that. Before we drop it and everything, man.
Yeah.
And you was gaming them up for sure.
I go hard for this. How the fuck you winning if you lost to this? Niggas think they own, so they get off in this. It's easy to get crossed in this. On TOP, we gon' get far from this. Step up in they town and burn it down like I'm a horse.